Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm back. I'm back now. I'm back now. Thank you.
I want Liberian Lone Star, one of our players. I want Liberian Lone Star, got one of our players. I want Liberian people, we choose success. I want Liberian people, we choose success. Yeah. Play on, play.
Our Liberian people, we choose success. Our Liberian people, we choose success. Wherever you play, wherever you go, the Liberian people, we choose victory, victory, victory. Victory looks like a first victory. 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 Kaya pepe, 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 kaya pepe.
Oh, number one, yeah, one money, baby. Number two money, baby. Oh, number three, yeah, three money, baby. Number four money, baby. Oh, number five, yeah, five money, defender. Number six money, baby. Oh, number seven, yeah, seven money, winger.
At the Barramoni champion. 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 Magali, I play Mosaka. This play Mosaka to be a triple champion. I play Mosaka. Please play Mosaka to be a triple champion. I play Mosaka. Please play Mosaka to be a triple champion.
Shine yellow boys. Shine yellow yellow boys. Shine yellow boys. Shine yellow boys. Shine yellow boys. Shine yellow boys.
When we go on internet at my signal, when soccer got to order, Liberian Darling Club, yeah. Liberian Golden Boys, yeah. Liberian Golden Boys, yeah. Liberian Yellow Boys, yeah.
GGS Production.
It's all the go to it. What I do another. Don't call you what theater. Don't go quite away. Ila Buddha. Let's see. Pomela to go. No. Caputiano, it's you. Be a common. Tia, make I wonder what the message Pasiatio, Swapet for you to your Abatia. No, never know. Tia, never saw. Take up my hand. May I ever wonder? Was it on my hand? Make an edit to the moon. Yeah. Tiawan. For the Basitia. Women run up with Kawato Yiga. Women run up with Togaku. Say what one Apolatia, yet Yaro never sano, want to get cane for about a 3 hour. I don't know. Tell her the day, what's in my head? So, what's in my head? She want you to not say I draw. You come into what you are. You come in here, yet you are. It's having me. I'm the red. So, good luck. Yeah, go move back on the yassi. I'm going to go. She went to the war. I put the soda. We put my taste on. What men okay? Ye men so ye look at phone. She went away go where? The younger people can go without it all. We put my tail. Met your jet or color the grabber. Oh, yeah, also. Be a man way metal for a soca. Make a back on the Albatia. Mother wife by the bed. Tiaba. Mother won't be a put Tiaba. Tiatua. Apolida. Make a Tiao. Apolatia. Tiado. Meganeo. Who call robbers in a tiara, Pastor Robert Nancy, men are not don't so I go far. Montatia, why not? But another people there, to go, sorry, Yaguna. My 𝐍𝐚𝐭𝐢𝐨. This way, calling us Ramen, aka Charlie Paul. Yetiaro Nebusano, Tiara, Megan Tiara, Saka Benana Saka Tiara, Cameno Podiacuna Tiara, Monopoly Blue, Cacogati and Capane, Murray Badia Capane, Southwest, Morotanchi, Equally Pepper. Nobody. Kona kodia wabo. Tiano nebusano. Koroba se tiawa. Tia. Kakotile. Kakokoroba se tile. Bana ye ya tuka. Me bara ye be usabo. Me bara ye ayida ne tusabe. Abutiaba kakotiede. Me kore kutine kakwale. Opo akra wasawe. Tika sarga tika be. Ka sauba ku. Say we are now. One follow we are now. Yeah, mo we are now. Aronyaro. So. Akuna tiawa. Chiwanya tunasa. Seka kurota. Ye good look me akonta. Ye no konen di ponana. Kai no into. Kai mbabo. Kai bonabo. Kai tuo. Me kai mbabo. Ye tiano nebusano. Tiare. Kakuna tiare nebusano. Eka yido kabe. Eka loke. Alogo aganyare. Menu wena. Mano kupie ka menu wena. Segundo plan. Maye. Kakuna tiawa. Tukakara ne tiawa. Tukamo. Mesa tukoma. Me kwarie kutikoma. Korba tukoma. Ekoma mano se kapabi. Tia ekoma. Amano se kapabi. Bona kwa wapapawa. Amano se papabi. Omega kono megwe. Yeti go bare. Tigo ba. Yeti go ba. Owa no se papabi. Tio. So. Kile rosabu. Posso ayaka wa kobo. Tiakoma. Kone sale. Tiakoma. Kabula tiare. Yeti go ma. Koma. Koma.
GGS Production.
Let me welcome all of you guys to the 𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷 Talk Show. Here we discuss the truth. Nothing else but the truth. So help me God. Today we are here to discuss so many topics. We had 3 talking points. So those talking points are, the female national team, the female honor 13 or honor 14, they took part in waffle tournament and they were able to come 3rd place. That indeed will be bringing you that issues to be able to discuss. Furthermore, we have the vice president pay a visit to the late Nesse Doe family, to where the bereavement, the mat have been placed. Tell that at-risk youth, who quote unquote Liberian people called the Zogo, they were able to go to the president, Ambassador JMB, to be able to tell him thank you. To be able to tell Ambassador JMB thank you. So on that note, let me go around the queue for me to be able to bring the panelists. Robert, welcome.
AB, thank you so much.
And we'll be bringing out Max. Max have not settled his set is not well organized, and he's trying to organize his set. But let me just bring you the female national team. Let us just play you a bit of the clip. Here we go.
My mission in Liberia is to make football accessible, specifically for women in football in Liberia. I feel good. I'm trying to just fulfill my role of making the game a better place on and off the pitch, and the way that I can contribute is by playing well, playing for my country and representing them well as contributing what I can financially and with equipment so that we can elevate the game for women in Liberia. The 𝐏𝐞𝐦𝐴ngels game versus the German girls, yeah. I went to the game here at Tusa Field, and I've been training at 𝐓𝐞𝐫𝐿 Stadium. So it was my first time going to watch a women's professional football match here in Liberia, and I had a great experience. The environment was incredible, and honestly more comparable to the women's game in Europe and overseas as far as the environment. And seeing the girls have a passion for the game and the ability to play just as they do everywhere else gave me a lot more inspiration to continue to contribute to their growth in the game. I recommend that the Football Association continue to take women's football seriously and invest in the game both financially and by any other means. the game continues to grow outside of Liberia, so we have to keep up with what's going on in the world to be able to compete. So whether that's providing adequate travel, adequate lodging, having national team camps, and bringing together the professional ranks, I think that they can do better for the women to continue to grow the game from the grassroots level up. I've come here previous years and I've started from the grassroots level, both in men's and women's or boys and girls football. And I thought that coming to the national team, especially before a big opportunity coming up in February, it would be good to energize the girls with contributions. No, I'm proud to represent my country. I'm proud of the girls for representing our country well in their performances over the past few years, and I hope to continue to see the game.
So, Max, welcome. Welcome, Max.
Thank you very much. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Good.
loud and clear. Let me bring in Lawrence. Lawrence, your camera is off. So your camera is off, so you have to go back. So let me start with you, my friend and brother Robert, for your opening statement. So we can have the ball rolling.
Okay, so let me say hi to you and also to appreciate you, and along with my colleague who is also on this discussion line, and couple with those who are following via the social media also. The topic on discussion, our talking points, I'm sure they are all okay. Most especially thanking our female team for what they did. I personally decided to buy two books because from the little resources I have, I decided to give two football boots to the team. I mean, to two players. Abueta Pratt, the goalkeeper, our Magic Hand, the female goalkeeper, and that of Miata Morris. She wears number 19 jersey. While it is true we have a couple of very good players, but for me, in my mind, is how I feel I can contribute. And the national football team should be supported. Our female national team should be supported. Yeah, and along with the other 2 points, yes, the vice president visit, coupled with those who appreciated the president, the Zogo, they are getting to realize that too many good things are happening. So they need to thank the president, and also I want to also thank the president for his very good work across the country. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you. Let us come to you, Max, for your statement. Oh, we just lost Max. Well,
Max.
Max have just come back. Uh, Max, I was just saying, I say you're into. Oh God, Max just left her. But let us be able to take.
My last point, Mr. Speaker, Mr. President, I would like to again commend the ECOWAS authorities of head of states and government for endorsing Liberia as ECOWAS candidate for the permanent seat on the Security Council, the United Nations Security Council. Next week, I think will be the vote. I want to ask you, Mr. President, to please make your final rounds in West Africa and to call on all my colleagues to please speak to your respective foreign ministers and presidents. Liberia is a founding member of the UN. The first time and only time we've been on that seat was in the 60s by a female, Angie Brooks Randall. And there's another opportunity for Liberia to represent us at the Security Council. I want us to please join Liberia in giving us your support. We need your support. We're appealing to ECOWAS. We know that Liberia is already a black vote from ECOWAS. But Mr. President, we beg you, please make the last round and just calling on the head of states government to please give Liberia that support. We really need that vote at the Security Council. Let's stand by Liberia at the United Nations Security Council. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
So, Max, go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure coming on this platform to speak to our people, most especially um, people who needs the information that is needed for their own upliftment. And today we're going to be very succinct and concise with the information that we have in our possession today, especially with the at-risk youth. Uh, Going to see the most accessible president ever in the history of Liberia, and to clearly appreciate him, recognizing that there are a lot of challenges they face, but they have a leader who listens and who's willing to do everything to help them recuperate and resuscitate and get reabsorbed into society. And also, we also see that the female national team, the women's soccer, is gaining prominence now. More people are putting time and investing in that, and we see our own national pride, the female national team, going in a waffle tournament and coming third. Is something that is welcoming. On a non-footballing president, there have been enormous and progress made in the field of sport, in soccer and other part of and other sports in Liberia. And we want to commend the team for what they did representing the flag of Liberia out there. And we also saw the the outshow of leadership by the vice president visit to the bereaved family of the late uh, Master Sergeant 𝐍𝐚𝐭𝐢𝐴, where the former first lady um, is deceased, and he went there not only to represent the president and other members of the cabinet, but to also initiate conversation of reconciliation. So I want to also say that we have more to talk about that, but it's a pleasure being on your show tonight, and let's delve right in there and speak to the consciences of our people. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. I mean, what is on my mind that has to do with, you know, the Honorable Vice President visit to Madame Doe, the late Madame Doe family relative, and all those people. And I was glad for me to be able to see uh, one of their sons, who served as Senate Pro Tempore of the Liberian Senate. I was glad to be able to see him once more. So, on that note, let us be able to bring you those clips so we can be able to watch them, and then from there, we'll know what to do.
So, Agrea de Enwa did rules sound. So, quite down, and I'm a group of well. So, I can tell you. Liberia, the chairman of the 𝐏𝐞𝐽 caucus, head of family, the bereaved family, distinguished fellow Nigerians. Again, we say good evening to everybody. At this point, the protocol today is only to welcome the government of the Republic of Liberia here at the residence of the bereaved, the daughter of 𝐷𝐸 County, precious jewel of 𝐷𝐸 County, former First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, in the person of Mrs. Nancy Pondo, who have left us a few days ago to go and be with the Lord. So the Vice President here on behalf of the government to come and sympathize. With that, few things we're going to do. See you, the caucus, the Grand Jury leadership, honoring the chairmanship, caucus chairmanship of Honorable Senator Thomas Nimen Yaya will welcome His Excellency, the President, and we will hear the voice of the family representative, the Honorable Ambassador 𝐏𝐞𝐦𝐚𝐥, who will brief the Vice President on what is unfolding, what has happened, and then we will hear the voice of the Vice President on behalf of the government, and we all will call it a day. With that, it's my pleasure now to welcome the Chairman of Grand Jury Caucus, Senator Thomas Nimen Yaya.
Senator Nimen Yaya is the chairperson of the Legislative Caucus.
His Excellency, the American Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, my colleagues from the caucus, Grand Jury Caucus, the bereaved family, citizens of Grand Jury County, well wishers, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Vice President, today, as of May 21st, 2025, has been a sad day for the people of Grand Jury, first of all, and I'm sure for the people of Liberia and the government of Liberia, and the passing of our daughter, who was the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia on May 21st, 2025. Today, we'd like to welcome you and to also sympathize with you and sympathize with the rest of the Grangidians, including myself, for the passing of our daughter. We want to thank you for coming. And on behalf of the citizens, we also want to thank the government of the Republic of Liberia for the representation that has been made here today. Thank you very much.
Senator Thomas Nimen is the Senator of Grand Jury County in the caucus chair.
So that was the voice of the Senator of Grand Jury County. Let me quickly say that the senior Senator just arrived. He had a very long travel. He could not have been here, but he wished to have been here. That senior Senator 𝐍𝐴 panel extend to all of you condolences, but he would love to be here, but he just couldn't come now. So we want to register that. With that, we want to give this floor now to the family representative, the head of the family here, to also not only welcome the Vice President, but brief the Vice President what has happened, how things are unfolding, what are the immediate family, what are the plans, so that the Vice President and the government of Liberia will know clearly how things are unfolding and what are the future plans. With that, let me welcome the Ambassador Emeritus, former Senator, former Pro Tem, our own son, Ambassador 𝐏𝐴 to this floor. Ambassador.
Ambassador Nyamle, on behalf of the family.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Chair of the Grand Jury Legislative Caucus, Presidents and Chairs of various districts in Grand Jury, friends of Grand Jury, the bereaved family, visitors. Your Excellency, on the 21st of May last week, Wednesday, at the morning hours, the responses of the former First Lady was a little bit strange. Of course, she has been off and on in, getting on well. She was in UK for months with her son and Veronica and Samuel Doe Jr. He came recently, and by the morning hours of the 21st of May, her breathing condition was not too good. So we were called, and every one of us taking her to the hospital before reaching and she was pronounced dead. After that, members of the family and the children decided to communicate with the government of Liberia, and the Minister of State immediately made a call to the children abroad and made some calls. Members of the legislature made some calls to the family, and ministers of government have been making a lot of calls. The government has been they have been proactive into the whole process. We received communication 2 days ago of your coming to sit with the bereaved family. On behalf of the bereaved family, we say thank you very much for coming. Tentatively, Nancy B. being former First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, tentatively we decided to put a schedule together, and that schedule, in collaboration with the grandchildren in the Americas, the family, the children, the grandchildren, that on the 27th of June, the body will be removed from Striker. And I know, as protocol dictates, the normal official protocol will be commissioned by the government of Liberia. And after that, on the 28th, the former First Lady will be taken to Nigeria by road, and then spend one night at the City Hall, and then the next day the burial at the compound of the late president. After that, then move to the hometown for the traditional ceremonies for 4 to 5 days. From there, then we come as the whole process. I believe that you have spoken with the children of the former First Lady, and then the caucus has also spoken with them. And then I want to state categorically that the government of Liberia has been proactive in the process. Every one of them, officials that call, will tell us that we are prepared to sit to work with the family to have a befitting burial. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for coming. Thank you, the family of the late Nancy B. are so overwhelmed today to receive you. Thank you, Your Excellency.
It's the head of the family of the late Nancy B. former Senator Ambassador 𝐓𝐞𝐽
Thank you very much. So if I went my way, please follow me. But on a serious note, let me thank you, Ambassador 𝐓𝐞𝐽. At this point, fellow Grenadians, my father, mother, sisters, brother, leaders of the county, it is my basic duty at this time to welcome the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, former senior senator, former representative.
Yes, the press Vice President will make a remark.
Please sit down. Thank you. The chairman of the caucus, or members of the caucus of Grenada, the ambassador here, the family people, citizens of Grenada, who have done with me. The president of Liberia has asked me to convey to you sympathy I met him this morning, and hopefully they're working on his schedule, and he will come here to speak to you. In my own name too, as Vice President, I also want to say sympathy and sorry for your loss. When I got to know about this death, the first person I called, because we all worked together, was Senator Penner. And we talked, and then later I got in touch with Soka and Ma Marie and all met, we talked, and then this day was scheduled. So I've actually come to say sympathy. I'm also here as a former senator of Nima County. And Nima and Grandira are neighbors. And like I always said, God ain't made a mistake to bring Nima and Grandira together. And only people who are family can make confusion. The people in Grandira and the people in Lofa will never have land dispute because they ain't get border. The people in Nima and the people in Sano will never have land dispute. But the people in Grandira and the people in Nima will always have land dispute until Jesus comes. But our ability to sit down and solve it, that's why we all human beings leaders. So as a former senator of Nima, on behalf of the Nima people, your neighbor, I also want to say sympathy. I spoke to Mami this morning, and I know there are issues here. I didn't know all through until this morning. In fact, it was yesterday that I got tips. Then this morning, when I talked to Mami and talked to Zoe, then I start understanding that there are deeper and bigger issues here. But there's nothing big in the world that we can fix. And so I've come to talk to the elders of Grandville. Normally when people die, I don't care what kind of confusion you're having, you put that confusion on one side, and it's time for the family to come together. So I come to talk to the elder. The elder, you can sit down and think sport. I say to you, issues are everywhere. But you got to fix it. The elders will come out, call the children. Today, Zoe should be the one receiving everybody here. But Zoe not here because there are issues. I talked to Mami the morning, Mami not happy, she vexed. I tried coming her down and I thought I could fix it on the phone the morning. But she told me, VB is deeper than you think. Not one day. Because I wonder how to do the money, I said, Mami, place a call. Send you the small sister. But we talked something on the phone. And I'm equally willing to get involved to see how we can fix it.
I'll make you a leader.
So, Chairman of the Caucus, by your title, you are the most senior elder of Gambia. I know there are older people, bigger people there, former protesters. Your briefings. So that when some of us come at the funeral, let it play big choir, let it put people together. After the funeral, you have to see that any other confusion out there, you see how you can solve it. I'll tell you, when the late Senator Johnson died, there were issues. There was serious issues. Some of the serious more than anything we're talking here. But the Nima people came together. They see how they deaf will come together. If any other person had issue, how they deaf bringing us together. And you saw that burial, you saw what happened. Nobody can tell you. If when the body was here, they say, oh, the poor grandchild, I want to tell the body, my girl, police, I say, you move from here. And you can bring problem in the player. And at the funeral, the senator was there, the elders came from Grand Leader, all of them were there. So my people are big, the elder of Grand Leader. The thing I hear the morning, I was talking to them. I just want to talk to I go sit down. But the thing I hear the morning, I beg you. You sit down, you talk to the children, you talk to the other family. Because those can die and hospital people standing way on our side. Then the other people way so, and we say now that they, you try to fix it, I beg you. I'm willing to get involved. When you read somewhere where you inquire, someone getting involved, you call me, I'll come. So we can get involved. The two senators from Nima are not here. They called me to let you know that they will be here. They're going for their convention in the States. As soon as they can, they will equally reach here, and they will be where you are here too. For the entire funeral process, they will be involved. We got to show that we are brothers, we are sisters, we come from one county, and we got to live together. That thing when people try to bring confusion among us, we can't allow it anymore. And like I was lecturing with someone one time, I told the person, I said, look, when President Doe became president, the only man he trusted to stand behind him was God. Because you know the man standing behind him was God, you can't get crushed. It got to be somebody who you trust. Now, Queen, he said, my man control the whole army. All the posts standing behind me were gone, that you will be controlling them. It means they were brothers. But again, the brother can be proud. Yeah. So that one behind honor. Eh? We here, we got to fix it, we got to move forward. So when we come in Grand Leader, one meet Grand Leader choir, one meet Grand Leader together, one meet everybody together. No confusion and failure. Eh? I know when people die, people come in. The people that come here, when they come, the people here, you got to go small food. I have got tradition, right? Yeah. So I bring small food money. But I there in initial part. Eh? Yeah. Well.
So.
So the vice president, but let me able to take you, Max. Let me able to take you, so you can be able to looking at the vice president's statements. What do you think of that?
Look, the vice president was so eloquent, and he really articulated so well that I don't even know how to describe this level of wisdom. Look, when the Bible says that wisdom is the principal thing, and not everybody have the opportunity to be bestowed and to have that ability to think far beyond. You see, when so many other people were asking for material wealth, so many people were asking for riches and other things, and Solomon asked for wisdom. You see that? Because wisdom is the principal thing. And this is exactly the characteristic of this vice president. I have not seen a day that the vice president speaks without finding logical sequence. Today, you saw reconciliation at another level. So this is a unifier. And this government is surrounded so much with people who are inclined to clearly, mend the fences and set the breaches that future generation will see and say, oh yeah, we actually have, in fact, we have prophets that were leading us. And it's not a mistake that we have a Jeremiah today as a vice president. You have a Joseph as a president, and those two names are names that,
Biblical names.
yeah, biblical names that have serious effect. If the Liberian people can look at Asa in that direction, they should know that this these two names are a true redemption. To find two great persons with those name, I've not seen that before. But the vice president spoke well, and it was a complete symbol, um, and the gesture that the vice president exhibited over there was a complete symbol of national respect and a practical expression of condolences to the foreign first lady. And also, um, his presence over there also, showcase the honoring of the former former first
First
lady.
lady.
He honored her even in death. So that is something that I'm so well pleased about, and I want to say my sincere condolences to the family. We've read the historical role that this lady played in so many Liberian life, and she built a memorial for herself because her life, she lived that exemplary life, and it has become a legacy. So we have the Nancy Doe, somebody who was not really, really educated, but she went out of line, and she made Liberians to come to the United States and other part of the world to get educated. So she have a long line of legacy that so many young women, some women who did not have the opportunity to go to school, can still learn from and be humble in society and contribute to the growth and development of our country. And that was a unique posture today from the vice president. Thank you very much.
Let go to you, my friend and brother Robert. What you make of the vice president statement? Was he in the right place for him to be able to make such a statement in his outlining, in sequence, outlining that there is a problems, that there is no one, that only two brothers can be able to make problems, can be able to find confusions. Only two brothers, but people who are far away. That was the time that he gave the example of Lofa and Grandjide, that they will never make problem because they are not neighbors. What do you make of the vice president statement?
So let me begin by saying what Max said maybe before I also come up with my own thought. We have two great names, those biblical names from the Bible. So if you look at Jeremiah, it means appointed by God, it's a Hebrew name. And also if you look at Joseph, God will increase. All right. So it means that they are living up to their true meaning of their names. But let me see this. His Excellency the Vice President, passionate plea is always pragmatic and logical. Because if you are to speak to the consciences of people, you have to take into account three basic things, right? You have to speak with law, you have to speak with logic, and you have to speak with common sense. So, Vice President Kun, I started following his logic and his thought long before he became vice president. You know, I used to work for the USAID in Limba when he was representative back then. You know, he's one of those lawmakers or he's one of those persons that are very open to people, open to conversation, waiting to hear people out. And such a person, they are wonderful people. You do not find it so easily. Because many a times those in leadership return to always look for their constituents, people who are just within their range. But for him, he goes beyond that. If you honestly analyze his thought, his plea, trust me, solution on its way for the family to once again reunite, because he said it all. If those family been having issues, I mean confusion, and as he said it, only two brothers in Mayflower. Okay, those who are neighbors will always have issues, but your ability to resolve those issues, that's the best thing to do. So I want to thank the vice president for his thoughtfulness. I also want to thank the Dole family for listening to the vice president. I want to believe once this is amicably resolved, there will be lasting peace among them. So there's a reason why this has happened, and sincere sympathy to the Dole family. I also extended my own sympathy to 𝐍𝐚𝐭𝐢𝐨 Jr. He's a big brother in the frame to me, you know. So honestly, the thought of the president of the Senate, vice president of the Republic of Liberia, his passionate plea to the family was actually noteworthy. So we want to thank him for everything he did, and I'm sure lasting peace is on its way.
Yeah, well, for me though, it was not a surprise to me for me to be able to see the vice president of the republic going there before the former president. It was not a surprise to me. It was not also a surprise to me by him trying to intervene. If you keenly listen to the vice president make it clear that he spoke with mommy, and he spoke with the older daughter, Zoe. So this is to tell you the kind of man that he is. Not only that, the man is a peacemaker. Not only that, the man, he is a homo man. This is a vice president who does not, anytime you call him, he will be able to answer to your call. That is the kind of vice president that we have. So I strongly believe that Jeremiah 𝐷𝐿𝐴, he is setting out the tone for himself. He is making way, because people thought that this vice president is a bobo. People thought that the vice president would not be able to say nothing. But this is a vice president who continues to go to places to be able to make the energy, the representation for the government. And I strongly believe that if JMB turn the matter of authority to him, he will after quickly execute it to the best of his ability. Well, over the weekend, we saw a group of young boys, a group of young men gathered together in the name of 𝐅𝐸₂'s youth, went to the president's house and were able to tell the president thank you. But what are they coming together to go tell the president thank you for? What has the president done? The 6th year has not yet elapsed. People have already started to tell him thank you. The 6 years have not gone into half. People have already started to tell him thank you. Let's listen to a few of the clips, and then from there then we'll come to make our rounds.
Let the power champion! His Excellency, the President, Joseph Muhammad. Yeah. We want to say welcome to all of you. At this time, I'm going to turn it back over to Sarah. And he will tell the President what you guys are here for. Sarah?
President Magase, King Liberia, love Liberia, yo Liberia, President Magase, King Liberia, love Liberia, yo
The President of the Republic of Liberia. The only man that can raise my left hand in this country. The integrity icon. The man where money or no money. I'm staying with this president. This man is a God sent. He's from heaven. God sent me to rescue this country. Excellency, President Joseph Muhammad, President of the Republic of Liberia. I'm here today. I can remember 2017 election. Yes. When I brought in young people in this place. Yes. And they told you we will campaign, you get to convince our brother. Exactly. And you become president. And that prophecy today, through the help of the Most High God. You are Young Chairman, I'm here today to appreciate you. I had a meeting with them. They say, across the country, massive development is happening in our nation. Yes. Appreciation. I'm here today. They don't want to identify with them. For this country, we men still 4 million, 5 million that people celebrate them. For me, I don't celebrate criminals. That's why they are my brothers. Yes. I raised my left to go in the ghetto. Yes. When the bad regime were hunting me to kill me. But I stood my ground. With my brothers. With my brothers. I told me a lot. We don't get without danger from power. No more coming back. So today, they are here to appreciate you, Mr. President. Yes. Let me tell you, when you gave me rest, when you come to a celebration, you not going to say Christmas Day. As your children. Back close. He said the president and Jennifer, where you guys? Yes. So, yes. Mr. President, your children are here. We love you.
We love you, Daddy.
They are with you. So we are here today. Very happy.
Joyous.
The children say
Thank you.
they want rehabilitation.
Yes.
And some of them, I've been talking to them. They went to rehab today. They are rehabilitated. And they are here today. So tell you thank you. They say they want to get skill training.
Yes.
They want to get skill training. They want to be rehabilitated and get first skill training and reintegrate them into society. They are here. They say I will tell you, love you. And yeah, that's why they are here.
We love you, Pops.
Thank you. Let me call our brother who coming to read the appreciation statement.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are arranging for two brain. We say thank you to the Executive Board for allowing this opportunity for the see the President and Excellency, Ambassador Dr. 𝐍𝐚𝐿 Senior. Your Excellency President 𝐍𝐚𝐿 Senior, honorable observe. Mr. President, to bring you greetings from the all-addressed youth across the country. We want to thank the Almighty God for your life, moving here and there, and making sure our country is all going the right path. Development. Mr. President, we will be ungrateful to you if we do not appreciate you for your massive development.
Yes.
You are very old. Your Excellency, we first want to thank you for the significant gain your government has made in fighting narcotic drugs out of our society. People have been arrested and prosecuted on a daily basis. You have almost erased darkness from our city and community. Through the street that content in most part of the city. We thank you for the road pavement. So, rehabilitation across the country. We thank you for all of your support you have been giving us through your son Sarah's 𝐷𝐞𝐽. Mr. President, we say thank you for all you continue to do for us. Liberia in less than 2 years. Thank you, Mr. President. Arrest.
Somebody talking to the president and about that to him. You are lucky. You are sensitive. Do a prayer. What the person that get job it's just nothing. Organically, the presidency will tell you from down to Judah,
will carry no less than 40 on your to Ria. The president will sponsor it. Will rehabilitate you, and you will then skill training will reintegrate you.
So the president has promised them 40 jobs according to Sarah's Bable. But what kinds of job? This one, after this live, we will find out to know exactly as it relates to the kind of job available for this at-risk youth. Mines and Energy Minister.
Thank you. The presidency, there. Just as Sarah said, you people are its children. You are Liberians, like all of us.
So,
we don't call you a name that other people can be calling you.
Yes.
You are Liberian. The country has just been mean to you people.
No.
The presidency, that's why he is here. He is here to change his story. For people to know that you Liberian, you young people, everywhere, whether you, any part of the country you are important to him. In fact, when he meets us, those of us who are ministers in the government, that is number one thing, and always say that Liberian people are number one on his mind. Every day, every single day. That's why he doesn't sit down. That's why he doesn't even sleep. He goes to bed by 1 a.m., sometimes 2 a.m. making sure that this country is truly
please.
So, I just want to thank you people for coming. To just say to the president, you thank him. The presidency is just the beginning. What you doing, what you're seeing is just the beginning. There's more right now. Right now, when you go outside, the thing people used to say about Liberia, they're not saying it again. All the DMV, the president put himself to it. The way people are using our country need to go look for money, they put it in their pocket. When they come, when the people follow them, they hide their things from them, they're not happy again. That's why some people are vexed. Some people are vexed because they thought the country should just do like that. And you know, some people the only way they can make living when they're problem in the country. Some people don't want practice. But by God's grace, we have this president who knows by the none of us, those are who listen, none of us can go to the president and say this. And say, let's do it this way, let's do it that way. Because the president is our example. And when you lead, people look at you. The way the leaders behave and how the people behave. When people come in your country and the leaders some kind of way, they will say the people in our place are just how they look in. So leaders are the greatest example. So I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you too.
Push us, push your government to do for you what government must do for citizens. My life is better than the small thing we can give you the power for your party, then you follow all of that. The presidency in your life is more important than that. And that's why he is doing everything, guiding us to make sure that our country moves, our country gets better. And so you don't know, I'm the Minister of Mines and Energy. The president knows, and we are saying to you, this country is not a poor country. God didn't make this country poor. So that's why the president will work hard and make sure everything in this country that.
So the clip is kind of long. We can play everything that the clip said, but the basic informations about the clip, the information is already out. So what you make of the statement? Let us go to Robert. Robert.
Yeah, the firstly, I would like to thank the organizers for such a unique program and being a listening president how he is. Now, the disadvantage, you've not every president will be waiting to host them in their homes. President Bwakai hosted those guys in his home. And I was fortunate by the special grace of God to have met him during campaign period. And I just got back to the country from Uganda. I said, how can I meet the president? And the arrangement was I met the man in his living room. The man, he's so, I don't know how simple and open he is. He's waiting to have a conversation with you without security even being around. All right. So that's such a person he is. It's just that maybe we try identifying him maybe at a later stage, but in the absence of that, I think in my mind we have one of the best presidents in Liberia, and I love the fact that he listens a whole lot. Those who organized the program is such a very unique program. I'm very sure most of those guys in the street going to get motivated because owing to the fact once their friends' life transform over the time, those guys going to get back to the ghettos, those guys going to get back to the high zones and tell them, gentlemen, this is not the life we should be living. Look at me, I'm an example, right? This is what I did for which I have transformed. Come get rehabilitated. Come and do this. Come and do this for yourself because trust me, you get Down syndrome, Morovia, or you get some part of the country. Those guys will just they have died from them, holding bags and just going from place to place for no reason. And which time they say the government clean the city, but they are the ones taking dive from one location to another just for little of nothing. I think they need some level of rehabilitation. Then the country will get transformed under this president. This is the first open initiative. I know a couple of things have been happening in terms of rehabilitation across the country, but this program actually shows exactly how determined this government is, how listening the president is, because immediately he gave out jobs, and as of July, 40 going to be rehabilitated. And over the years, couple of people, couple of lawmakers, couple of other Liberians having rehabilitation homes across the country, and things are going on very well. People are now getting rehabilitated on a daily basis, and they are not willing to go back in those tough time with those activities, do those substances they used to take. They are not taking those substances anymore. And I want to thank the government for such a very great steps, and most especially the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boakai. AB, thank you.
Thank you. Love to my brother family.
Um, when Joseph recognized his brothers who had already saw him, and when they came back, they couldn't even recognize him, but he was inclined enough to recognize them. he set them apart, gave them food, and that's the kind of a person a Joseph is. Even people who wrong him, people who call him names, he sees them, he recognizes them, he set them apart and uplift them. Look, I have said this more than a million times. I'm happy to live in this Asian era to see the president, Joseph Human Boakai, becoming the president of Liberia. I'm happy. And these at-risk youth, they have just initiated what's going to be a long life, liaison between they and the president. And the fact that there is willingness for someone to change, you must have that characteristic of being willing. That willingness that they have shown is a recipe that they can be rehabilitated and reintegrated. Can the government do more for rehab and integration? Yes. That's the reason why President Boakai is working day and night. I've not seen an elderly person that works so hard. Look, I have met this president before when he came to Atlanta. And he's not just one of those presidents who sit back and allow people just be talking all around the place. President Boakai always has his little notebook, taking notes. Because everything that someone says is important. So from what you see over there today, those are rigs used going to the president, and they was granted audience to sit with the president. It is welcoming. Are we going to beat on the government to do more for them? Yes, it's a responsibility of the government to do more for our people. Are there other private institutions that are coming up to help? Yes, we encourage other people to come. That's the reason why we want he's happy. And he's opening up the country so people who have he said, let us come and build this country. That's the reason why he always said, let us love Liberia, let us think Liberia, and together we all can build this country. Because many of the things that are happening that make many of the young people dispossessed in our country, it is because they see Liberian people who are sitting in the echelon of power and looting from the country and keeping these same people at that level because they want to keep using them. But President Boakai said, enough is enough. We must change the livelihood of our people and let every one of us that are working in government should be a reflection of the people. Because you can be working in government and when are you looking good and the people who put you there, they're not looking good. And that's the reason why he was happy to receive them today. And he said, we have just initiated something. We'll start with the first 40 and we'll see going on forward how we can make sure everybody, because everyone, we can't, we don't have the means to take everybody off, because the issue of addiction is very big. That even the United States that has all the sophistication cannot even handle the addiction, the at-risk population in the country. They can't, because it's not an easy thing going through withdrawal. So a country like Liberia, we do not have the sophistication, we don't have the institution, everything set up. But can we start from somewhere? Yes, there are other people who have already, set up facility that they can, take in people. So the government just need to organize a robust program, and they can subsidize some of those places until they can have their own individual facility where they can have, a huge, a place where they can take all of them in, rehab them, and at the same time they have mechanized mechanism to get them busy working with their hands, so that their integration into society can be smoother. Because when the man comes from that addiction, and he come back and renew himself, and he got some level of skill that he know that he's not going to be a liability anymore on the state. He's going to be an asset. He can go out there, he can do his work, and he can get his just pay, something that he can put food on the table for him and his family and his school. Because that's it. The Liberian theory is always about how can I get food on the table for I and my family.
Yeah. Let me hold you there. Don't you think this is about time that we as Liberian we think about establishing health and social welfare center? I mean, area that can be pretty much concentrated on the addicted youth.
Yeah,
Don't you think
so
it is like that?
that is a special field. Not everybody can open that kind of for facility, because mental health is a very big thing.
No, I'm talking about us establishing mental health
Institution.
administrate or agency
Oh,
that will be pretty much to be able to local the mental health people that have been mentally deranged or mentally
yeah, I think
like that kind.
The Ministry of Health, because that's the reason why you have the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Health has a department. They should, I think they had it before, and I think
But
they
I
still
think that
have
Ministry
it.
of Health it is so much populated with a lot of stuff,
Yeah,
lot of
but
stuff
that's it
that
now.
have
That's anything that relating to health, what a mental health, what kind of health. Once there's health attached to it, it fall under the Ministry of Health. That's why the Ministry of Health have department. So are those department fully functioning? These are questions that we can ask, and we can also admonish the government to do more. That's it. The government is doing that. There are other things they're doing for mental health in Liberia. Private institutions that are doing it. And is the government, that's exactly what I'm saying. If the government setting up program and having some of those private institutions who are involved in this detoxification and rehabilitation of these people, if the government subsidizing them to help beef up their effort so that they can absorb or take more people out of the process, it will help also, until the government can decentralize the entire mental health facility all around the country. Because by right, every county should have one. Everything should not be Central Morovia, because now the proliferation of drugs is not only in Morovia, it's all over. Especially, I've received report on the mining grounds where they're having the diamond mine. Most of the boys, they are addicted to drugs. They take drugs, they go to work. They're thinking that the drug helping them to work longer hours. They're not helping them. So many of them are addicted. So they have to decentralize it. At least every county, have those institutions, and they should be fully functional. Not to get Bailey. Somebody go Bailey in Bapuru, they say the hospital, and nothing that is out there.
I strongly believe that we should have department of health, department
Mental health.
of mental health institution all by itself standing. In that way,
Well,
in that way, the government will be able to allocate money for them, and then they will be able to go out and be able to. I strongly believe that if that happens, so that entity or that department can be able to grant lessons to people who pretty much organize in that field, and then that money will be able to come to the government. But
So,
for us to be able to say, it is on a mental health, it is on a youth and sport health ministry. No, even do you know that the there was some department on a health ministry, a ministry of health and social, the social welfare. They are
mhm.
removed it from there because first was Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, but now they have removed the social welfare from under the Ministry of Health.
And take it where to the Ministry of Gender.
No, so the social welfare is a department by itself.
All right, but I mean, it still does not change the fact that we can't have the Ministry of Health and and that has a department called the Department of Mental Health under the Ministry of Health. Anything that health wise, I think it's still prudent enough that the Ministry of Health still have the authority to have oversight over them. Yeah, but having it as an autonomous agency, that's something we can keep for another day. But for
So,
me,
um,
mhm.
so if I'm coming on this entire mental health issues, we have a couple of NGOs that are working in line with the government that have been implementing the mental health program, most especially the SBC company, the Social Behavior Change company across Liberia.
Mhm.
So
And
Carter Center has pulled off a couple of steering from Madam Sally presidency. Carter Center have been around. Partners in Health also been around doing that. So as part of it, the thing about change, it comes from within. You yourself, you should be willing. So those of us who've been doing NGO jobs, if for any reason you went out in the community, your first community entry is to have meeting with those uh, town leadership, all right? Maybe the elder, the youth, the chief, then you tell them about what you intend to do. So when it is about social behavior change, telling them you cannot continue on this way, you cannot continue because the thing is preventive is much more better than curative. So most of the NGOs, they are not just into maybe going to get drugs for you to take or maybe for you to get rehabilitated. No. But what is happening here is that they are telling you you cannot take drugs. Taking drug is bad. So it is the social behavior change company. They do video for you. They tell you what it is and stuff like that. At the level where you are into quote unquote being on the street or so, then there where the rehabilitation centers and other places comes in. All right, but a lot of NGOs been around. They have complete mental health department. They are in the field. They have staff across the country, and they have the SBC component. A lot of social behavior change issues ongoing. Most of the NGOs they are in the cluster communities. The cluster community has to do with the gold mining centers because if you're interested to know, some of your friends you haven't seen in Liberia, you come to Liberia, you're going to go camp, they are there. All right, they're where they are. And most of those quote unquote draws dealers, so there where they go. So they can meet because the SBC thing, you have to use those who are within the community. So those NGOs have been doing well. Other than that, if the mental health program had not been around, too many people have been, they were being in drugs, they have been addicted with drugs. But the SBC things have been working. Too many testimonies have come up. Maybe you have to read some other reports of Carter Center to know the intervention. Read some other report from the government library knowing how far they have gone. Read some other report from Partners in Health to know, how they are doing those things. But the social welfare component for the Ministry of Health by then, there where I'm yet to understand. I don't know whether you are going to gender because I'm seeing gender into much more advocacy when it comes to the social welfare component. But back then it used to be Ministry
I
of Health.
think they because Senator 𝐷𝐞𝐸𝐴 told me that it had been removed because my suggestion to him was that it would be necessary that at the time I told him that it was necessary that he remove some of the department from Ministry of Health. And now how can you was able to tell me that the social welfare component have been removed from there? Okay, all right. So if you are listening, I mean, this is the Abraka Talk Show, and if you want to be part and parcel of this network, just put it into the comment section. I want to be, and then the team will vet you, and then you'll be one of the co presenter. You'll be one of the panelists. I mean, so what much we do, I want to turn the mic over to my friend and brother Max, so he can be able to give you a closing statement, and then we can be able to wrap it up from here. Max, floor is yours.
yeah, thank you very much, Abraham, for the opportunity to sit on this platform to speak to our people. It's always a pleasure coming up, you know, um, we also want to tell our people that um, being patient and waiting for the right time, that country gonna change, and that country is on an irreversible path to change. There will be a lot of turbulences. There'll be a lot of tough time, but for us to succeed and have that success story, we have to go through that. There are some bad apples among the good ones, but they're gonna be weeded out. And all we can do is to keep our faith alive. Things going to not be rosy automatically, but it's going to work. And thank God we live in the age of information like this platform. Anytime we have news about people who are on this sporadic spree of stealing from the country, we'll come here and we'll say, hey, and, say open rebuke is better than secret love. So we come here, we will rebuke it, and then we continue to charge our government to do more. Can the resources in our country be equitable, distributed that everybody can benefit? Yes, that brother has enormous wealth, enough resources that everybody in our country should be okay. But it is not like how everybody think that it is. And, but we are grateful that the vice president visited the bereaved family, and his logical push was extemporaneously and articulated. And we also want to tell our younger brothers that are part of the at-risk youth not to lose hope. You should muster the courage and the fortitude to say, I don't want to be like this anymore. And once you put on that cap of willingness to change, change will eventually come to you. And I can always say that every time people say a ha, it's almost like someone say African children are always born with a crying a ha, a ha, a ha. The power of life and death lies on the tongue. When you wake up with faith and you be very prophetic and you believe that, say, even though this thing is hard, but I am going out there and I will get my daily bread for I and my family, you will get it. So things are hard, we all know, but people are still surviving. They say difficult times are bound to come, but they don't last. Don't see it as a motivational speech, but just see it to know that on earth suffering is redemptive. Martin Luther King said that. So we know that President Bwaka is not here to put for self-enrichment. You have seen the massive, the massive development that is going on around the country, and there's a lot more going to come. And we're going to continue to speak to the leadership and our colleagues and our friends that are in leadership to be more nationalistic, and be more patriotic. Take the country first and forget about your own personal aggrandizement. If everybody can pull that bro first, that bro can be on the solid path of, complete, this paradise that we all dream that it can be. We are just a small country of 5 million population. So if we are very patriotic and nationalistic to our country, I think that things will be better for all, and we'll have one of the best, like how Liberia used to be one of the best in the region. So thank you very much, AB. And we want to continue to tell our people, don't lose hope, that things will work, and this president and this government is in our interest. And we'll continue to support in every way. Like AB, that means just publicly say this. A lady just retired from the United States. She went back. I saw a video of her.
She went back
This
where?
She went back Liberia, and she opened. She went and she dedicated. She was showcasing her facility. I don't know where exactly the facility is, but this woman built.
Is it the medical facility, old lady?
Yeah, that old lady. Yeah, and she is one of those Liberians I'm so proud of. I'm so proud until I don't even know how to express it. So I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to send some medical supplies for her facility. They are already on their way to Liberia. I was thinking about sending it to JFK, but from what I've seen from her own initiative,
Yeah.
I think I can send those supplies to her.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. And I wish that Liberia could see that and say, oh, yes, we still have Liberia who still have the country at heart. Go back home and put that kind of a structure there. And, giving our people hope that we can get the same health care that the West is offering for our other people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Robert, welcome to you.
Yeah, AB, it's always a pleasure. It's always an honor being on this show. I appreciate, as always. Thank you so much. And what I would like to say in closing is that Liberia is on its path to redemption. We haven't gotten there yet. Are we on the road? Yes. Will we get there? I believe so. Is President Bwaka a very perfect president? No. Is he doing far better? Yes. All right. So when it comes to a couple of things happening on this government, the first thing is I told some of my friends that the fact that you are not so afraid about how you will get re-elected, it makes you to be a very good government. The first thing, couple of alleyways are opening across the country. It is our it is our usual habit. We say that government rule, you get be there. Right now, everywhere, as anyone across Monrovia, they are opening the alleys across the place. The issue of electricity, it is, have we resolved that issue as a nation? And people know it's a far better than ever before. Yes, because the right technicians have been identified. So one of the good things about President Bwakai on his government is that he tried identifying people who will bring success to the country, not to him, because he's definitely going to phase out. All right, some other day, but he bring in people who are making strides. The issue of water at certain point, most areas in Monrovia, water seems to be better. Okay, the road connectivity every time Ministry of Public Works update you and even tell you exactly their next intervention. From this time, they gave timeline from this time to that time, in which community will be targeting, which of the county roads they will be doing, those design. It's not like before government said they'll do rule and they cannot tell you when the rule get completed. They are saying by next July, the entire southeast will be covered. It's something we can checkmate the government on. If we are to read next July, we can ask the government, you have promised us next July. How far are we? Indeed, if you look at the president manifesto in 2017, it was about rule, 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 rule. And right now, it's actually manifesting. Too many good things are happening. The rules okay. The issue of land ownership is not an issue anymore. So there's nothing about big shots taking your land. So
Okay.
people are encouraged to come back to the country and invest and be able to reclaim their land if for any reason they have issues. The Liberia Land Authority is fully functional right now. It's not like before.
Okay.
Fully functional. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. On that note, this is how we'll let to come to the very, very end of the Manelson Abraka Talk Show. Let me say thank you to and let me say thank you to my friend and brother Rabs. Thank you ever so much for tuning in on this talk show. And we'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be here to discuss a lot of issues. Until then, see you when I see you again.
Inshallah. Thank you.
DGS Production.